Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading for the week. As usual, we will get a rune and then a tarot card and then another rune for every position in your weekly rune reading here. At the end, stay tuned because the oracle deck here for this week is the Celtic Spirit oracle deck we are going to be using in the light of today. The day of recording is St. Patrick's Day. I typically don't celebrate St. Patrick per se, but it's a good day to honor Irish heritage, so I use it as an excuse for that. In your energetic past, your Aries is the rune of Fehu. This is in your recent past, so this is a blessing or a challenge thereof in these positions. So with the past, present, and future. So Fehu is the rune of cattle, rune of abundance, rune of wealth. Are you calling down that abundance? Are you calling down that wealth and stability and on your divinely guided path? Or are you reaching outside of yourself, not being present and trying to reach outside for that abundance? Right? What does abundance mean to you? It's the first thing that came to your mind when I said the word abundance, Aries. All right, so take what resonates here, leave what doesn't, because a lot of times the first thing that popped into your head is what needs to be clarified here. Here we have the Hierophant in reverse. So maybe just not listening to like the spiritual divine guidance maybe in your past as it relates to your abundance. And with this is the God Tears rune clarifying this. How are you showing up for others? How are you showing up for yourself? What's your discipline work? How are you grounded? How's your sense of your vector of victory? This is like the Libra kind of scales of judgment, like what is just, what is right, what is true, what is good in the world. And what are you sacrificing yourself for this? Are you dedicated? Are you showing up? So take this again, how it resonates could be blessings or challenges thereof, but this looks like how am I showing up for myself and how I'm creating abundant flow in my life? Am I listening to all sources? And it doesn't look like you might have been, but you know, maybe just missing a key component like this Hierophant reverse, like that outer wisdom that occasionally is good. From a trusted source, right? So in the rune of your energetic now is the communication rune of Ansus. How grounded, again, the lines going straight down off the runes are that grounded energy. So with Ansus, here's that rune of communication. How are you receiving it? Are you receiving it with love? Are you perceiving it with love, right? Are you communicating with love? Are you, what's your self-talk like? What's your self-thinking like about this? Are there invisible strings attached to your communication? Right. So this is also prophetic dream works, divine downloads. So could be like deja vu. Meditation could be easier or a challenge. You know, there's blessings or challenges with this. Divine downloads, prophetic dream works, gifts like it could be received like a gift. Like we have over 6 clairs, like clairsentience, claircognizance, clairaudience. Everyone can be like receiving, or you could be receiving some sort of divine download here. This is also paying attention to spirit signs out there, like divine communication, synchronistic moments. Like if you ask divine for a specific sign, like a bird or a butterfly or an angel number or a song on the radio that just kind of clicks as a message. All right, so this can be a lot of different things in your life. So stay open here, Aries, as we continue. The card clarifying this is the Five of Wands reversed. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe just not the time to kind of go off exploring into new territories and building new things with other people just yet, but working on that communication, just understanding that comprehension before you do with this. But the Five of Wands reversed isn't necessarily negative here. This is just that chance, the opportunity. It's kind of almost like a Mercury retrograde kind of thing, where you're like a chance to review your work before you do the thing. And the rune clarifying this is Manas. This is has two of those lines going down, so very grounded energy. This Manas is the rune of mankind. Like, where is my place in the world? Where is my place in my tribe? Where do I have attachments to values, constraints, beliefs, outcomes, my attachments to outcomes, identity, right? Where we place our values, where's the clarity, how grounded is it? Maybe this is like in addition to that Wunjo energy, this is also having, looks like the rune Wunjo in there, which is your joy. You're seeing your joy and you're kind of seeing this other than energy. This isn't necessarily an addition to or a defense of, but this is definitely staying grounded and getting that, like Dagas, the rune of clarity here, that transmutation energy, that clarity, that understanding, and a lot of that is happening through communication before you set off and do the things. Make sense? All right, let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for a beautiful rune here for your near future here. Aries is Gabo. Gabo is the rune of gift. Irreversible here. This has the lines that go like this are like very stable in the runes. So this is stable from all sides. This is that divine reciprocity, one energy equally balanced by another energy, or with another energy, really. And this is like receiving with gratitude, giving with gratitude. Always remember when you were given something and always forget when you gave. This is being in divine service to one another, like a Two of Cups or the Lovers kind of energy. That'd be awesome if we got that card of clarity here. And this is like divine partnerships with yourself, with your divine source, however that resonates here for you. A literal significant other, a partner, could be a business partner, or even like a partnership within your clan. So again, take this how it resonates, Aries, and leave what doesn't, because this is still an aspect of a gift, right? An opportunity to view something in your life as a gift, and to have that appreciation, gratitude, the opportunity for reciprocity in this arena. So what's the card of clarity here? Okay, Temperance reverse. We got a bunch of reverse cards. Interesting. I'm gonna make sure I'm shuffling really well, but this is interesting. Like last week, all the cards were upright, or seemingly. So I do kind of mix. Okay, I'm very thorough with the shuffling here. So anyway, you have Temperance reversed, which is that not really wanting or wanting to like be that. Maybe this is you kind of being able to be led and being guided through this journey, right? Maybe kind of like accepting a role or an energy in your life, Aries, that you recognize that you can't really get that transmutative kind of energy out of it, but you recognize that by not forcing it too, it's just as beautiful. And that's kind of like, I hope the clarifying rune here is Ewaz. Ewaz is kind of like that being able to lead and be led kind of energy. And that's kind of what I'm getting here with Gabo and Temperance reversed, kind of complementing each other a little bit there. So let's see what rune we get here for clarity. Okay, Hagalaz. Oh, I see. Okay. So Hagalaz is the rune of hail. This is unintended natural kind of disaster energy, right? So unintended eventualities, not a if, but a when. So whenever we're kind of working towards something, or we're building something, we're shifting our energies, right? What doesn't resonate, divine kind of just removes for us. This is something that's kind of like not something we always want to have experience in our lives. Sometimes this is letting go of like that friendship that maybe lasted years, but maybe it's time to move on, kind of thing as well. So also like a home repair or a car repair. So take that how it resonates, but a lot of this is happening for you rather than to you. When this is irreversible, notice the double grounding energies and the double divine connective energies here, and this is like crossing all of those barriers. So it's like a divine mandate. So something is definitely getting removed from your life, all right, in order to fully receive your gift. Right, so I see why temperance reverse here is here, because this is, I think you don't really have to put in a lot of effort here, where you don't have to change a thing about you. You don't have to change a thing about anybody. Divine does this work here for you, right? Divine does this work for you, and I think you're accepting that work in your life, Aries, instead of like being the, ram's head, that stubborn kind of plowing ahead, charging ahead kind of energy. You're just kind of like getting into this beautiful balance here in your near future, by being able to let go of the things that don't divinely serve your divinely guided path. So that could be like an unhealthy relationship in your past, like an unhealthy thought pattern, paradigm, spiritual practice, something like that. It's like maybe changing your mind, or again, I think this is you like letting go of an aspect of control over an aspect of control of your life, and letting divine do its work for you, which it looks like it's going to be doing. All right, enough yammering for me. Let's get the what's influencing here right now. Okay, so this is Awas. This is the rune of the horse. This is kind of what I was hoping for over here, but this is what's in your sphere, what's in your now, what's influencing you here right now, Aries. This is the horse rune. This is man's best friend. This is an energetic source that's proven itself to you. A lot of times this is energetic source that's proven itself to you through many instances of your life, but this is somebody who is like very grounding here, can mirror you, and be on this journey of life here with you. This is that being able to lead a bee-led kind of energy, right? A man's best friend, like the horse, and the person that the relationship with the horses. I mean, it's kind of a relationship that you have with this animal, right? So it's kind of like that. So this could actually be another person in your life. This could be an aspect of yourself, like your inner child. Healing work. This could be your relationship with divine source, relationship with a pet, with a family member, even, or a colleague, or a coworker, or even just a member of your tribe or your community. Please take this how it resonates. I'm just throwing that all out there, because those are, this is like a spiritual, like kind of recharge anyway kind of energy. This is also a rune of movement, of travel. So you could be actually wanting to go to on a journey with someone. You could be wanting to go to a spiritually recharging place. What that resonates with you. A lot of people think like Machu Picchu or Stonehenge or something like that. For other people, it's literally like an ice cream shop. For me, it's like next to a river, sitting at the bottom of a tree, like at the shore of a river, or at the bank of a river. Anyway, this is awesome. Yeah, okay, so you have the King of Swords reversed here for clarity, and this is not really the opportune influence for joining of ideas and other like outside energies of your life, maybe like aspects of like your clan, or ideas or paradigms, thought beliefs, just really just taking time to make sure that you're moving forward. And this is an opportunity to review your other, how you're accepting of other energies in your life, and how you're like communicating together, how you're receiving and giving ideas. Are you able to adopt into like a new clan, a new concept, a new idea, a new thought belief, or anything like that? So this could be blessings or challenges thereof. Just take that how it resonates. Here to clarify, okay, this is a relationship, it looks like. This is Gabo, this is, yep, that rune of gifts. How do you give and receive? How do you balance reciprocity in your life? and with this other energy. So maybe challenged with how you feel. How do you communicate your heart, right? How do you communicate your emotions? How do you lead? How do you lead in a relationship? How do you lead in a partnership dynamic? Right? You know each other intuitively and emotionally. This is something where it just needs to, the communication just needs to be worked on for that comprehension level. Remember, Aries, that we all understand each other at the levels of our own comprehension. So if you have that doubt in your mind that they're not receiving anything well from you, or vice versa, that communication of clarity is always a good thing. Just ask the questions. Ask the questions. Right? If they get mad at you for asking questions, then probably not a good for you energy anyway. Anyway, so, all right, Aries, here we go with the, what's your advice for the now? Your advice for right now is to now this. It sounds like now this. You're going down your path, and now this log blocks your path. It's like everything that comes up on a day-to-day kind of basis. Life happens, right? You're balancing needs, constraints, limitations, your wants versus your needs, your perceived limitations, aka your fears, versus your actual limitations. And just really calling into like addressing things as they come along, like really working on what is balanced, what's a balanced response as the energies come up in your day-to-day life. So this just focusing on that, making things like that kind of your discipline. 10 of Wands reversed clarifies here. We're just kind of burying that other card here because of the space for this week. So 10 of Wands reverse is like not really going out and manifesting into all these other different directions just yet. Like just focusing on your, your day-to-day, just what's in your spheres, not really going in and into these other spheres, but still remaining in your faith, right? Remaining in your groundedness, your centeredness, your balanced approach to things, knowing that you're divinely connected and protected no matter what. It'd be really cool to get Augies here for a rune of clarity, because it's all over this card as well, reversed and upright. So this is moving forward with that faith no matter what, but just letting you know, like, just work on what you're building right now. And it's not time just yet to go out there and do those things, because you're still in this process of letting go of something from over here, right? And divine's showing up to help you do that here in the future, and that really helps with your aspect and your opportunities for balancing reciprocity and your gifts, your divine gifts, how you approach relationships, things like that. So, rune of clarity for the now. What's advice for the now? Be thorough. Yeah, that's why it's not time to go out and do those other things, because you just need to be thorough with you right now. Be thorough with what's around, with what you're focusing on your day-to-day right now. Dotting the I's, crossing the T's. This is like that dedication kind of energy. So whatever you're applying yourself to, like dedicated to that communication, dedicated to that openness and working on that communication with that partnership, being very thorough, right? The hammer, it can build, it can destroy, or it can protect. And Theresas, now this is, it sounds like thorough Theresas, right? So very thorough work, divinely guided, and very grounded energy, all like being very thorough and meeting together to join forces to really pinpoint, like, okay, the needs, constraints, the limitations, balancing those out on your day-to-day. And yeah, this is like working on being present in your life, that dedication towards what those balances are in your life. What's in your outcome? I'm excited for your outcome position here. Radho, yeah, you are surrendering to divine flow. A lot more here. Radho here, the rune, this is like Wunjo, the clan flag of success after trial, all the feelings of joy, the happiness, the celebration, right? And you want to follow that joy, following your yeah, right? And this looks like Wunjo grew a leg, and it's always in step with divine flow. It's always grounded and yet able to be moving along with divine flow. Reho doesn't want you to resist that flow, right? Reho wants you to remain in that space. So this is indicative of leaving a house, spouse, career, an aspect of that kind of energy behind, anything that's stagnant, discordant, or abusive. A lot of times this is a release of past energies, and it looks like that's kind of happening here. And this is also just being very present, being very now, and recognizing that flow within your life, that how these energies, like you're looks like you're kind of shifting like your rhythm of your life a little bit to kind of meet this communication, this newness. There is something very new here for you, and it's being created. That's probably why you're just like being able just to like lead and be led in a divine sense, where you're like, I don't want to change anything. Yeah. So, card of clarity for this being present here. King of Wands reversed. Energy. King of Wands reversed. Okay, so King of Wands reversed here. Yeah, again, not the time to create, but this is still an opportunity to review, okay, what are we going to create? We're still present here with this. This is like getting that review in, like, how are we going to create together? Like, I think you've like merged your concepts and ideas throughout this, and now it's like, okay, how are we going to manifest? Let's review that, and then yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That seems like a healthy dynamic, though, really. Yeah, wound joke, your clan flag of success after trial. Comes out here, very grounded energy. This is looking at how are you planting that clan flag in the top of the hill with your clan, right? This is in a boastful way or in a very like secure way. You don't plant the flag just for you to see. You plant the flag for everyone to see, Aries. This is that happiness, that joy, that bliss, the celebratory kind of energies. This is you like super happy and like, yeah, being in divine flow, that chance of review with like, okay, how are we building together? Just how are we building together? And being able to, and that's like letting divine release the aspect of like, okay, that's maybe releasing a block to that, maybe something in the past, okay? That was this maybe listening to divine source kind of energy. I think maybe surrendering to maybe being more open spiritually is what I'm seeing here overall, but definitely take how it resonates, leave what doesn't. This is like you opening up to trust another energy though in your life, and being really happy and very, very present with it, but definitely going in for that review and still being very, very clear with one another as you move into this awesome type of a partnership kind of energy. Yeah, awesome. I love this. Okay, Celtic Spirit Oracle deck for the message of clarity for this. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Aries need to hear for this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading from the Celtic Spirit Oracle deck. What one card of clarity does Aries need to hear? What one card of clarity? Okay, got a couple that came out. The Gift and the Green Fairy. Let's see if one of those... Okay, one wants to come out there. Let's see what one that is. The Oak Guardian. Threshold, answers, and open mind. The Oak Guardian. This is card number 2. So 2 is about balance in numerology. If you want to get into numerology, message me and we'll have those kinds of talks. I teach classes. But here is some more information on this card. Again, at the bottom, the Oak Guardian says threshold, answers, and open mind. Aries, what can one say about Denver, the Oak Guardian? He is such a patient guide to open the oak door for you. He judges whether you are acceptable to journey through the oak door and will only appear when you are ready. The oak door may be small, but surprisingly one makes it through with ease into amazing fairyland waiting on the other side. Denver senses why you are here and sees whether you are ready to walk through the threshold and seek the answers you won't find in this reality. Sometimes it takes a different way of seeing things to understand a situation from a different viewpoint. You may come with an open heart, a loving heart, and a willingness to step into the unknown with the respect and honesty. The small door is symbolic of the way that we perceive things in our life. Do you see in black and white, or do you allow the flow of realities into it? Other worlds do not have the limitations of our own, which make it a great place to look for answers that we would not normally find in our reality. Find an oak tree, a leaf, an acorn, or even just an image of one. Meditate on the oak tree and ask for the tree spirit to grant you access. Ask for its healing and wisdom to guide you on how to enter. Call on Denver to show you the way to step through the threshold into reality far beyond your own imagination. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.